Good morning, guys. I feel that this has been the longest moon in Cancer ever. It is the last full moon of the year. All right, it came in on the 26th. Here we are at the 28th. All right, it's going to be switching over into the sign of Leo. Okay. I'm doing this reading right now at the hour of Mercury. Let's take a look. Mercury's energy overall is giving me -10, right? Mercury is in Sagittarius. It's at its detriment, obviously. Look at the calendar here for today's date. Today's Jupiter's day, by the way, guys. All right, so at 7:24 tonight, the moon will be moving into Leo. We have Mars that is in Sag squaring over to Neptune in Pisces, and the moon in Cancer squaring over to the North Node in Aries. What's this? Alright, so later on the moon in the moon in Leo will quintile over to Uranus in Taurus. Alright, so that'll be a good aspect. Let's take a look at the actual mental and physical energies for today and what signs are they the highest in. So, okay. So Taurus and Scorpio's energy at a mental high of 7. All right, and then we have Cancer and Capricorn's energy at a physical high of number 5. All right, so Capricorn's energy, we have the Sun and Pluto sitting there. All right, Cancer, we still have the moon sitting there. All right, Taurus's energy, we got Jupiter and Uranus. And then Scorpio's energy, I believe we just have Pallas that's in Scorpio at this time. Wisdom and knowledge. All right. And Venus is also in Scorpio as well. Okay. But it's at its detriment there, so. Let's see here. Leo and Aquarius's energy, mental at the number 1. All right, and I feel like it's because it's finally switching over, all right, into that moon in Leo. Obviously, we're not nowhere in Aquarius season. We have no transits happening in Aquarius at this time, so very low. All right. We have a trine that's happening with Venus in Scorpio and the moon in Cancer. All right, 2 of the same elements, water elements. But there's going to be an opposition here with the moon in Cancer to Pluto in Capricorn later on today. Let's see what comes out. All right, so I have the South Node. I have Leo in the 7th. This is Aquarius's energy. This South Node for Aquarius sits in the 9th house, which is Libra's house for Aquarius. Okay. I'm seeing 7th house here, overall significant. That's where the moon is going to be moving into. All right, South Node speaks about dealing with karmic challenges, dealing with issues from the past life, all right, and tuning into natural gifts. Okay, let's see what comes out of the Oracle of the Sun. Again, the longest moon in Cancer, I feel, right? I've been trying to utilize the energy in a very productive way. All right, because Cancer, I'm in Aquarius. Cancer sits in my 6th house. All right, so health and hard work. I've been working out a lot and focusing in on work here, okay? I've been working on a project here as well. All right, so this moon moving into Leo for me is specifically saying to start focusing in on, all right, possibly even a relationship, all right, some sort of contract, partnership, whatever it is that's meant to come in here from someone from the past, possibly, all right. Leo rules over, obviously, the 5th house, and it speaks about self-expression, creativity, all right, something that you find joy and contentment in. And here I have the sun in Pisces that came out. It's all about tuning into the energy of your vision, so your psychic abilities, all right, your intuition could be heightened, okay, dreams, you being able to receive messages from dreams, you seeing signs and synchronicities all over, right? All right, I have Jupiter in Gemini. It speaks about impressing others with the knowledge that you have, all right, and speaking to a community of people. All right, Jupiter in Taurus, status, all right. Taurus is all about creativity, right? It's of beauty, it's of art, it is of value. All right, so Jupiter with Taurus coming out, this could be possibly even you starting some sort of business. All right, possibly even with the knowledge and wisdom that you have with Jupiter's energy coming out there. And again, Jupiter and Gemini's energy, a current transit happening on May 25th of 2024. All right. And then we have Mercury that's in Leo here. All right, drama. So you could be doing some sort of theatrical, dramatic, you know, performance involving like art, all right, or poetry or something, and being creative while doing so. All right, down at the bottom of the deck is the sun in Leo. All right, so Leo energy heavy here. It came out on the Astro Days. And I feel whatever this partnership is, it involves Jupiter's energy, which at this time Jupiter is in Taurus, right? It's in a sign where you're going to be experiencing lots of knowledge, all right, spiritual knowledge even when it comes to it's giving me artistic, all right, approaches to life, all right, and how you deal with how to express your vision of what you see in the near future. All right, so 2 energies of the sun here, sun in Leo, sun in Pisces. I have the energy of Jupiter here twice, once in Gemini, the other in Taurus. Interesting because this transit is going to be moving out of Taurus and into Gemini. All right, so just kind of an expression of what we're seeing right now. All right, you have a certain status that you're holding up at this time, and you're going to be utilizing this status to come in and start communicating, all right, your knowledge towards others and impressing them with the knowledge that you have. All right, Mercury and Leo, very significant, all right, to the overall dramatic performance that you're going to be putting on here. All right, whatever this is bringing you in some sort of fortune is what I see. All right, so this could be not a romantic partnership, all right, or a relationship, but one that requires you to utilize self-expression. All right, South Node energy, again, this could be a gift that you have from the past, all right, even from past life, some sort of challenge that you've been working on here, okay. Let's see. So Jupiter goes direct in Taurus on December 30th. All right, so your status could be seen very well there, all right, with the vision that you have here for the near future. Pisces season may be very significant for you. Whoa, what was that? All right, square. What did I say was squared today? Mercury in Sag squared over to Neptune in Pisces. All right, so Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces. All right, here we have the sun in Pisces. Yeah, Spirits is like, focus on the transits. All right, I got it. So Mercury which is in Gemini right now at its detriment, is squaring over to Neptune and Pisces at its domicile energy. All right, so utilizing this energy in the proper way, Neptune and Pisces is your vision. All right, it's what you see in the near future. There could be tension at this time, conflict, challenges, but if you use the energy properly, I see you being able to gain, all right, knowledge and wisdom out of whatever this is. All right. So here we have the sun that's in Capricorn trining over to Jupiter in Taurus, all right, which were two earth elements, all right. So the energy of groundedness could be very significant, all right. Why am I looking at the 27th? I'm speaking of the 28th. So here we have Mars squaring over to Neptune and Pisces, and Mars is in Sagittarius. All right, so yesterday's energy was the energy of Mercury and Sag squaring over to Neptune and Pisces. Here we have Mars and Sag that's squaring over to Neptune and Pisces. All right, so Mars is asking you in Sagittarius to really be optimistic and for you to continue taking action and gaining knowledge on what it is that you're studying here. All right. Let's see. And then we have the moon in Cancer trining over to the North Node in Aries. All right. So the moon in Cancer, it's at its domicile energy there, right? But being squared over to the North Node in Aries. Aries rules over the first house. So it's saying here, really focusing in on self could be very significant. Okay. Oh, something wanted to flip out there. And again, this quintile energy with the moon in Leo, quintiled over to Uranus. All right. Or the moon in Cancer quintiled over to Uranus and Taurus. Very significant here. Quintiles are about 72 degrees apart, all right, as the square is 90 degrees apart. So a square, you'll feel more tension. Quintile is utilizing your creativity in a very auspicious way in order for you to move forward with your projects, right? Creative way. Let's see. All right, so here I have Aquarius, all right, being innovative, being very rational in the way that you utilize your intellect here could be very significant. So here I see two air signs, all right, Gemini and Aquarius. I have 1, 2 fixed energies here as well, Taurus and Leo. All right. North Node, yeah. And it came out here as South Node. You're meant to follow your divine life purpose. All right. Your destiny is being called for here. And I feel like that's what this is saying for you, Aquarius. This moving from, let's say, Jupiter in Taurus is your 4th house energy. Jupiter moving into Gemini come May 2025. I can't speak today. May 25th of 2024. You're going to be experiencing whatever this is here that you're working on pertaining to your Neptune energy, the vision. Okay. Where does Mercury move into Leo in 2024? Let's take a look. So Mercury in Leo. Okay, we have Mercury entering Leo July 2nd, which is going to be in Cancer season. Okay. So from right now, where the sun is in Capricorn, opposing the energy of what we're going to be seeing in the next 6 months while Mercury moves into Leo, you're going to be putting on some serious performances here. I see your vision being expanded, all right, with the energy of the sun in Pisces there. The sun in Leo, this is going to be very fortunate for you. It's leading you right towards your destiny, is what this is. All right, so not even the transits of today could be very significant, right? This is overall within the next couple months is what I'm seeing, next 6 months. All right. Yep. So this partnership here could even be with a Leo that you're tuning in with, all right? The energy of the sun has a lot to do with your image, right? Self. It is get a little bit tuned into this energy here. It's about yourself. All right. And again, I feel you hold much knowledge and wisdom. All right. Oh, there was two. Waxing gibbous moon. All right. That happened in the sign of Gemini. All right. We just had a full moon in Cancer. Waxing gibbous moon happens right before we hit that full moon energy. Okay. With waxing gibbous moon happens after the first quarter moon. All right. And that first quarter moon was in Pisces. All right. We had the full moon in Cancer. Last quarter moon is going to be happening in Libra. All right. So there was something that you were nurturing here. You had lots of patience with during that moon in Gemini. All right. Right before we hit that full moon in Cancer. So now 5th house energy, again, is being of significance. Whatever you find that's fun, your hobby, your creativity at this time is what we're looking at. All right, 5th house energy is Leo energy, again. All right, so the moon moving into Leo now could be very significant on focusing on this. Apparently for you, Aquarius, the 5th house energy is Gemini's energy, which we already experienced the full moon in Gemini. All right, so if you think about where Jupiter is going to be moving into, it's going to be where? In your 5th house of creativity. All right. But remember that Jupiter is at its detriment in Gemini because Jupiter rules over Sagittarius, which is Gemini's opposing energy. All right. So it doesn't work with its maximum strength there, but you can utilize it in a very auspicious way if you're utilizing it properly with where the energy sits in the 5th house. It has something to do with creativity. Gemini rules over the intellect. It rules over the hands, right? You could be doing something multitasking, all right, with this energy. Gemini is ruled over by Mercury, right? Here we have Mercury's energy, but it's in Leo. So again, you have this in your chart, all right? Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, sits in your 5th house of Leo. This is what it's saying here. I'll read this card out for you. Mercury in Leo. It says the Mercury Leo is best with big ideas and big thinking and has a splendid visionary mind. Okay? Able to see things as they could be. Although not the best types to deal with final details, people with this planet sign combination are excellent at seeing the future possibilities of a grand project and settling the ball rolling towards an achievement. All right. This card describes the intuitive and the artist planner. What did I say? Venus's energy. It has something to do with your artistic. All right. Jupiter is at this time in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. All right. It has a lot to do with creativity, artist. All right. Where was I? It says mentally self-confident Mercury Lions form ideas gradually and are not easily moved from them once fully formed. The need to be accepted as an authority in a field demands memorable presentation skills, and Mercury Leos have the ability to express themselves dramatically in speech and in writing and take great pride in this. This aspect bodes well for those connected with either show business or the theater, describing an aptitude for game playing with a bias towards intellectual versatility rather than physical prowess. All right. So utilizing the mind and being versatile. And what does Gemini rule over? Utilizing the hands. What do I do here? I'm an Aquarius. I read tarot, utilizing the energy of my mind, and I use my hands to shuffle. All right. It says here, negatively, Mercury Leos can go over the top in speculation and show off intellectually. Often when this card is drawn, it indicates pride in the intellectual achievements of children or young people close to the questioner. It can concern pushing these concerns to even greater efforts. There is always a flirtatious element surrounding Leo, and often this card reveals a brief affair more concerned with words rather than physical activity. So this could be love letters, perhaps, all right? What am I coming through with? Utilizing the energy of my imagination to show you what the future is meant to look like, right? So the events this could involve are an extravagant presentation, grand occasions, holding court, mental feats, a creative interest entered in with flamboyance, and a love affair through correspondence, all right? So very significant to the transits happening here. And I'm seeing it all over the place. All right. We're reading for Aquarius. I have Leo in the 7th house, which is the South Node energy for Aquarius. All right. Here we have Aquarius that came out. You're doing something very innovative. Okay. Utilizing the energy of your vision, your psychic abilities. All right. Your intuition, your imagination. All right, what inspires you, focusing in on your dreams, all right? And again, Mercury, which is Gemini's energy that sits in the 5th house for you, is speaking of whatever this creative aspect of you or whatever it is that you do, all right? This is what you're nurturing here. And what did I say? That waxing gibbous moon that happened right before the full moon in Cancer was in Gemini, okay? So it all kind of makes sense here on how you're utilizing squares at this time, the tension, all right, within any of these aspects here pertaining to the transits that are happening. This is all leading you towards your divine life purpose, all right? I tend to read in a different way than other readers. They tend to just go off of tarot. I like to use oracles and astrology, all right, to see what comes out so that way I can explain better on how the energy is going to be according to the transits. And this is all, you know, on the internet. It's all worldwide. It can be seen by everyone, right? It's not me just making things up or going by what I feel. It's facts, all right? Let's see here. All right, so by the time the sun goes into Leo, which is going to be mid-July, all right, and into August, some sort of fortune's coming in for you. Wow. 2nd house energy. For you, Aquarius is Pisces energy, and we have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces at this time. I've been speaking a lot about Saturn's energy because it's bringing discipline, authority, structure into your 2nd house of finances at this time. All right, so the way that you make, you save, and you spend money could be very significant. All right, lots of changes happening here within overall what you do for work, your career. Okay, South Node for you, Aquarius, was in Scorpio back in 2022. All right, so 10th house energy for you. You were tuning into your natural gifts, all right, pertaining to, number one, your reputation, having a lot to do with your long-term goals, all right, regarding career. Again, full moon in Cancer sits in your 6th house. So that is just your every day-to-day routines, the hard work that you put in on a day-to-day basis, has overall to do with your health, your mind, body, your spirit, all right? Even you being of service to others. But long-term goals is where we're going to be experiencing technically in Scorpio season, all right? 2nd house energy opposes the energy of the 8th house, okay? So if Pisces is in your 2nd house, that means in your 8th house is where Virgo sits, all right? And Virgo rules over 6th house energy. It rules over hard work. What does that mean? That means you're going through a transformation in what you do for work. And this is constantly happening every single year. What changes could you see to make yourself a better person and to move you completely into what? Your divine life purpose. North Node at this time is in Aries. It sits in the 3rd house for you, Aquarius, and it opposes the energy of the 9th house where the South Node sits, which is in Libra. All right. So you could be really tapped into higher knowledge about philosophies, belief systems, your spirituality. All right. Wanting to foreign travel and meet new people. But again, I feel your destiny sits in the 3rd house, all right, which is Gemini's energy. It has to do with you utilizing your intellect, communicating, all right, It involves transportation, so you could be traveling a lot, all right? It also involves the energy of siblings and neighbors and people in your local community, all right? So you could be really tapped into this energy at this time, all right? Second house energy, Neptune sits there for you. So your creative mindset is vivid right now, all right? Whatever it is that you truly find passionate and what you value is going to be there in your second house, all right? Let's see what comes out of tarot. I'm just seeing this square card, and it's giving me, you have lots of competition, all right? And it's because the way that you're doing things at this time is so expansive. It's like no other, right? Jupiter and Taurus in the 4th house, all right? Could be you having luck when it comes to, you know, really being tapped into your roots, okay? And receiving status from those that may have passed over, right? A feminine could be very significant overall to the energy, as you know, Taurus sitting in the 4th house, it's exalted there, right? It's very comfortable in where it sits. Jupiter in Gemini, it's almost like all of the knowledge that you've learned, all right, about your roots and past life energy, it's being seen here, where you're able to utilize that knowledge and spread it towards others, all right, in a very impressionable way. I like this a lot. All right, so I'm going to put a card over vision. Why is the vision here? I mean, I've explained it the best way that I could, but I always like to use tarot just because, all right, this is the game of it. All right, so Jupiter in Capricorn is what this card represents. All right, Jupiter in Capricorn's energy, it speaks about being in a position of authority over others. All right, this is having some sort of power. All right, it's also seen as, how can I explain this? It's basically you being adaptable, all right, and versatile, being able to juggle 2 things at once, okay? Capricorn's energy for you, Aquarius, is your 12th house, right? Both your 12th and your 1st house are both ruled by Saturn, right? Saturn rules over Capricorn as well as Aquarius. So Saturn's energy overall being seen here within 12th house energy, all right, coming right over the sign of Pisces, all right? It's saying that your 12th, your 1st, and your 2nd houses are very significant when it comes to you being disciplined. How you present yourself out to the world, all right? What are your inspirations, and what do you want to see, you know, in the near future? Utilizing the energy of your imagination, all right? And bringing those things into manifestation in your 2nd house of creativity, all right? I feel that you have the power to do that at this time, all right? You could be very versatile. Again, Sun in Pisces, the moon would be in Virgo, right? Virgo, you're able to put in that hard work and stay organized and very detail oriented to what it is that you're trying to strive for here. All right, that's the overall way that I see this card here. All right, so Jupiter in Capricorn, very significant to a position of authority that you have over those of less reliable people and what it is that you are striving for here, whatever it is that you're doing creatively, okay? Now let's see Jupiter and Taurus's energy. Current transit right now in retrograde will be going direct on December 30th. All right, there's some sort of status that you hold here. All right, and again, this falls in your 4th house. Whoa. Wow. King of Wands. All right, you are seen as a person that is of leadership. Again, very creative, very passionate in what you do, all right? But you're overall seen as a public speaker, and that's what the King of Wands is all about, all right? He is one that holds lots of knowledge and wisdom, all right? King of Wands energy is Sagittarius's energy. Who rules over Sagittarius? Jupiter. Okay, so you embody the element of growth and expansion through optimism. All right, let's see here. Jupiter and Gemini, what is that meant to look like for Aquarius? Jupiter and Gemini. All right, Seven of Wands, Mars and Leo. You can be, again, I read the card out, right? With Jupiter and Gemini, you can be a little bit egotistical about what it is that you stand for. All right, that's what I see. And it's okay. It's okay to stand your ground on what it is that you believe. It is okay to stand your ground and hold your position. All right. But just try to be open to being a bit more versatile in the way that you communicate out your beliefs. All right. So that's what I see here. Mars and Leo's energy can speak about being egotistic, right? Forcing yourself into a position of authority. All right. By utilizing the energy of your knowledge. But again, everyone isn't going to believe what you believe. All right. So try not to force your ideals onto others. All right. Or your beliefs onto others, should I say. It's okay to do this in a what? Very theatrical way. All right. Communicating out whatever it is that you desire. And those that want to follow you, allow them to follow you. Those that don't, let it go. Right? Now, let's move on to Mercury and Leo here. It's almost like you wanting to defend your belief systems and the knowledge that you've gained so far, right? Let's see here. Mercury and Leo. And again, this is going to be Leo sitting in the 5th house for you. All right. I'm sorry, Gemini sitting in the 5th house for you. Oh, look at that. You like, I play no games. Queen of Swords energy. All right. Which is, again, Queen of Wands energy is, Queen of Swords energy is Libra's energy overall in tarot. All right, so here you have a King of Wands and a Queen of Swords. Very focused on career rather than relationship, right? Only going after what you truly are passionate about, being a public speaker, being in a position of authority, a leader, all right? Someone that is meant to teach others, okay? The knowledge that you have here. And you come in only with what? The truth. All right. Queen of Swords speaks about the truth. Gaining a new perspective on a specific situation and giving others clarity. All right. Through what it is that you do here. All right. You are the one that's in control of this. And I feel that that's what this Jupiter and Capricorn is saying here. You're in a position of control. All right. Of your overall vision for the near future. And you can even guide others to do this, all right? You could be doing some sort of therapeutical work, all right? Helping others overcome self-transformation, okay? It's very interesting. I want to pull one from my Seed and Sickle deck here to end the reading. Where am I at? 33 minutes. I just see 333 on the clock. Interesting. Speaks about equilibrium. When it comes to your overall mind, your body, as well as your spirit. Okay. What do we have for Aquarius? Okay. All right. So the Aconite card came out. 46 could be very significant. All right, winter's energy. We are within the winter solstice at this time. And this card speaks about learning a new skill. It says expanding knowledge, transformation. And then on the flip side here, it's all about making difficult decisions and sacrificing. All right. So very dark looking card here, but I feel it's because it's winter's energy. I can read it out to you guys. All right. Let's see what it comes up with. Definitely significant to what I'm speaking about here. All right. You learned a new skill here. All right. You've expanded your knowledge. All right. You've gone through some sort of transformation. Again, heavy on when the South Node was in Scorpio, right? Scorpio is it's ruled by Mars and Pluto. It is all about transformation, and it has to do with a career change, okay? So 46. It says, aconite is a scholar's plant, always hungry for knowledge and the power that comes with learning. Through its wisdom, it turns the maiden Arachne into a spider and taught the first werewolves the power of transformation. What did I say? You could be seen as someone with lots of wisdom and knowledge, all right, part of some sort of spiritual community that's meant to teach others how to do self-transformation, all right? You've made it as far as you can with the expertise that you already have. Now it's time to assess the gaps in your knowledge and focus on filling them in. A new class, hobby, or experience will be a rewarding opportunity for you to further yourself and become a wiser you. All right, so if this is self-transformation that you've gone through, you've done a well job. All right, let's see on the flip side here what this one says. All right, it says, you're facing a difficult or a painful decision with no right answer readily available. Yet, in your heart of hearts, you already know what you're going to do. Don't agonize over it for longer than you have to. Named for the hills on which Hercules fought Cerberus in a short but bloody battle, aconite promises that there is relief to be had after the brief and challenging fallout of your decision. When things seem unbearable, know that this won't last forever. Okay? But it seems like to me, you already overcome whatever this, transition was in your life. Okay? Again, you could have expanded your vision, all right? You could have learned what it is to have status, to be a person of authority, being seen as a teacher to others, all right? Upcoming here in Jupiter and Gemini, you may want to stand your ground, all right, on what it is that you've learned and wanting to continue to push forward. The Seven of Wands energy always speaks about you having to hold a position after a victory, which is the energy of the Six of Wands, all right? Six of Wands is Jupiter and Leo, all right? What that card represents is, let's see here. I want to give you guys the correct terminology of Jupiter and Leo. Where are you? Okay, it's publicity is what it is, all right? So it speaks about having the attraction of someone kind of fame or attention, taking a leading role in a local activity, a prominent member of a church or a similar organization. So again, you are seen as this prominent member of whatever this organization is. Here you're trying to stand your ground and hold your position, all right? Which is the energy of Mars and Leo. It can seem like you're being a little egotistical because of the knowledge that you hold, okay? But if you present that knowledge out in a very auspicious way with Jupiter and Gemini, right, you're going to help others overcome the energy of self-entrapment, all right? Mental entrapment is what it is. Jupiter and Gemini is at its detriment there, right? It represents the energy of the Eight of Swords, all right? So if you look at the Eight of Swords card in tarot, it looks almost like you're blinded to what's right in front of you. But it's all in your mental state, all right? You utilizing all of that knowledge that you have built up is going to allow you to step into the new you, all right? So now that you've overcome the self-transformation, you're now utilizing that energy to start a new creative project. And what does that look like? You're going to be speaking, all right, to groups and communities of people to help others transform because you are now seen as the teacher, all right? I'm leaving the reading there. I love you guys. Have a good day.